Hello, and thanks for joining us on the maiden edition of the Daily Trend right here on New World TV. My name is Benedict Sewa Bunsu, and my co-hosts are
Esther Otin
and Sarah Sapon.
Kindly follow us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, The Daily Trend at The Daily Trend TDT, and on YouTube, New World TV, The Daily Trend Playlist. Also be remembered that this program is live this and every Thursday at 8:15 a.m. and 4:15 p.m. If you miss any of our episodes, do catch a repeat on Saturdays at 4:15 p.m. Today's topic has a lot of controversies and debate. Today's topic can be offered in our schools, in our homes, in our communities, but are hardly spoken about. And those who tend to talk about this topic may not talk about them in full because may not talk about certain aspects of this topic. I'm sure you're excited to know what will be today's topic. Today's topic will be centered on sex education, gender, and identity.
Okay, so when we talk of sex education, sex education is the high-quality teaching and learning of broad variety of topics related to sex and sexuality. And when we take sex deals with the biological characteristics that lead them to being a male or a female. And also, sexuality deals with one's capacity for sexual feelings.
That is to say, when you talk of sex education, it's not about teaching young ones sexually related activities. It's when you talk of sex education, it goes beyond that. Mm-hmm. We have so many types of sex education. There is one called the comprehensive sexuality education. Mm-hmm. A lot of countries have adopted that, and it's helping them a lot. Here is curriculum based. It's taught in schools. Students are taught the knowledge. They are given the knowledge, the skills, values, and attitude in making the appropriate and healthy decisions in matters related to sex and sexuality. Quite recently, I think 2019 or so, comprehensive sexuality education was brought to Ghana, and so many Ghanaian parents vehemently deny this of their children.
Yes, because sometimes, when we normally talk about sex education, they literally tend to make it seem like we are talking about or approving sex. Okay, but it is just to help them, the youth, to navigate their sexual lifestyles. Okay, because when we have an education on sex, it helps you to, we know our reproductive health, we know our reproductive organs, so you are able to make decisions based on your sexual health.
That's what we are propagating for. Here, it goes beyond sex. The adolescents are taught that their reproductive health, they are taught their reproductive health, they are taught that the places people can touch and cannot touch. And when you talk about this, it talks about age appropriacy. Parents, we are not going to teach your children at the age of 3 how to use condoms or how to take contraceptions, because we are not going to tell them at that age to go and have sex. But it's quite unfortunate that we are in 21st century and ladies get to know of menstruation at the first time they experience their first blood. Men or gentlemen are thought of nocturnal emission the first night they have their wet dreams, and it's not the best. All the time when it happens to them, they think they are sick, they think they are cursed, they think something is wrong with their body.
And sometimes probably it's because of the relations they have with their parents or how they relate with them. Sometimes they would want to speak it out, but then mommy or daddy, we have some strict parents out there who are not that welcoming to listen to them, because if they have their nocturnal emission or such, and then their parents around, or they've been educated on such things, I think it won't be like they're having wet dreams or something like that.
And
Yeah.
research shows that 85% of 155 countries have policies regarding sex education, and they are saying sex education should be delivered at the secondary level rather than the primary level. And being a parent or a concerned citizen, what level do you think sex education should be delivered?
Oh, sex education. Sex education should be taught in school as soon as possible, when the child knows how to say, this is my head, this is my hand, this is my fingers. I think they should know their sex organs as well.
Okay.
They should know this. I'm a lady. I'm a lady. Since I'm a girl, I have vagina. I'm a boy and I have penis. And those are places called private parts.
Yes.
And it means no one can go there without your permission.
Okay, so I'm also saying sex education should be delivered at the upper primary level, that's class 5 going, because there we see teenagers growing, some people even menstruate when they get to that stage. And currently we see issues concerning teenagers at upper primary. They engaging themselves in sexual activities resulting in teenage pregnancy and all that.
And then the society also kind of frown against teenage pregnancy, because teenage pregnancy isn't something that we are proud of. So I think sex education is important, because if they are educated on their sexual health and their sexual well-being, it will curb teenage pregnancy.
Okay, so we can also talk about the abstinence only approach, which is also known as the abstinence centered approach. So here fear is being put in teenagers to abstain from sex related activities, and here the key word is abstinence. That is your choice to stay away from sexual activities until you are married. And here students are being taught, or teenagers are being taught, that if you engage yourself in those sexual activities, you may end up being pregnant, and when you get pregnant, so the pills that you take in may not work.
Abstinence is power indeed.
Yes, abstinence is the best approach, I think.
But then again, they have there's another type, which is the abstinence plus approach. I think the abstinence plus approach is the moderate version of the abstinence only approach. The abstinence plus approach talks about abstinence. We advocate, or they advocate for abstinence, but then again we talk about the safe sex. We give you the education on the use of contraceptives. We give you education on your sexual well-being. Okay. So we the abstinence plus approach advocate for abstinence.
Okay, so here we saw the abstinence only approach. There is no use of contraception or anything, but the abstinence plus is adding more to it.
Yeah, because the abstinence approach is like immediately you have sex, like today you are pregnant.
Yes.
It's as if there are certain vital information that parents or teachers who give this abstinence only approach do not add to it. It doesn't mean if I have sex, I'm going to get pregnant.
Yes.
We are telling them not to have sex. Good, but what are we monitoring what people watch, what our children watch on televisions, and the information they get elsewhere. So, in as much as we want our children to stay away from sex, sex shouldn't be introduced to them as something which is not good, or something that we cannot do anything about it as well.
Okay, so with sex education too, if you are being educated on sex education, it comes with some benefits. So here you tend to get or have fewer partners, and also you employ the use of contraceptives or condoms. So here, you using contraceptives and condoms, it helps you in safe sex. That is, you won't end up being pregnant, and also you have fewer partners because you are being educated that if you get in contact with many partners, you may end up getting STIs.
Yes, that's basically one of the benefits. And then also we have it gives us a better understanding of our sexual well-being. It's not like we are advocating for sex, but we are advocating for the education, so that we would know parts. Because in our society, I kind of had a mother, and then she told her son that the penis is an okro. Okay, so the child has even the fear of taking in oku.
Because
okay.
he's taking his
Yeah,
pills.
because he's taking.
So here, parents should tell their children the right
Yes.
words for their sex organ.
If not at that, it's not really at the very tender age.
Okay.
But at a certain age, you see your child is fluent and is is
Has started
curious.
speaking.
Yes, curiosity.
Yes.
You should be able to start the education from there. So it gives them a better understanding of it, so that when a young lady gets to see her first blood, she won't get scared or she won't run away, with the fear of bleeding.
Yes,
it's a
so
better understanding.
we have a lot. Studies have proven that people who have sex education even helps them prolong or delay the age of getting into sexually transmitted, sexually related activities, because I've known about everything about sex, and they are telling me that if I have sex, not only do I get pregnant, I can be exposed to certain sexually transmitted diseases.
so
if I'm even having the age, I would, because of the diseases or the pregnancy, it will let me delay.
Okay, so this conversation is getting more illuminating and reverting, but before we bubble out, let's take a look at this video.
So guys, welcome to Reproduction 101. Here's how the game works. Behind you, we have two diagrams of the male and female genitalia. All you have to do is identify and label your diagram correctly with the magnets in front of you. You'll each have 90 seconds on the clock to label all the parts correctly, and you can help each other out. You ready?
Urine tube, I did not. Cervix.
Oh, this is not going to be easy.
This is the cervix. What is that?
Fallopian tube.
Endometrium, that's the inner layer. So that means this is, because you can get endometriosis. I know.
Isn't this the
maybe
this is the ovary?
That is ovary.
Oh, that's an ovary.
But ovary is this, but inside
That's an
something is
open
there.
Fallopian tube?
I don't even know what this is.
That we know.
Vagina. I don't
Vagina
know.
is here.
What? I thought the whole thing is the vagina.
No.
The vagina is not in this, guys. This is the vaginal canal, just by the way.
Fimbriae.
What is the fundus?
I don't know.
This
You have read in the science now?
Endometrium. Endo. Inside. Sure. My father said I got this.
uterus.
Endometrium.
What are these things? I did not.
Vagina is wrong, I think.
What do you mean
You
vagina?
don't know vagina?
Mama. Ovary. Fimbriae.
Uterus.
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 Just realized I don't have time. Cervix.
We didn't do all this. Okay, we have one more.
One second. I'm good.
This looks like one myotrium. This looks like one fundus. Which one? Come on, Dad. Quickly.
Okay, that's our final guess.
What?
I'm not going to help you guys.
Pubic bone.
I have no idea. Seminal vesicle.
No, what this
Is that top corner?
Oh, those are the balls.
balls will come now.
Prostate gland
Prostate,
is
awesome.
this.
Yeah.
Bladder, I know.
I don't know if that's a bladder. Okay.
They have a pubic bone.
This looks like a gland. Let's just.
Remove this. Remove.
That's not the penis.
No?
That's the penis.
This top. This one? Yeah. I think I'm gonna
Don't
get
tell me
ruined.
wrong, okay? Spongy urethra is here. It must be spongy.
Oh, scrotum also niche.
Scrotum.
Yep.
Scrotum would be at the back.
You can do this.
Penis.
This is penis.
Testis.
Okay. Don't tell me.
Mom, the penis is behind.
Where is the penis?
Penis is here.
No.
Yeah.
Ductus. I don't know where this is.
This looks spongy. Just put it there.
इसको पढ़ोगे?
What is it?
You should have
Vas deferens is this.
This must be this.
This is epidemic.
No.
Oh, everybody's going to laugh. Put the penis there.
Very difficult.
Oh wait, I think this is the no, mommy. I think this is the pubic bone. I think.
Really?
Prostate gland under the bladder. No,
You have read
you
it
pick
now?
one.
In science, you have read
I
it now?
haven't.
Put the penis there.
No.
I don't see a bone. Oh, I have a joke, but I see a bone now.
So sticking together.
Just put it somewhere, huh?
Done.
Done.
We're done.
Done.
I'll start with you, Sharon.
Yeah.
You got 2 right,
Okay.
and your mom got 5 right. So you guys got a combined score of 7 on 20. Paris, you got 6 right. And Uncle, you got 7 right. So your combined score is 13 on 20. So Esas, you've got 3 right, and your mom's got 5 right.
Excuse me, I helped her. Okay.
You, Cynthia, you've gotten all of them right.
Wow.
And you've only got 2 wrong. Your combined score is 18 out of 20.
18 on 20 is the highest.
Good job.
Thank you very much.
I would think people know like a penis and a vagina better, but clearly not.
Yay, Mama. Proud of you.
Wow, my husband will be very happy.
It's our highest achievement so far as a family. And we're very proud of ourselves.
Talia.
Welcome back. If you just joined us, we're talking about sex education. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, The Daily Trend at The Daily Trend TDT, and on YouTube, The New World TV at The Daily Trend playlist. We are live this and every Thursday at 8:15 a.m. and 4:15 p.m. If you're not able to watch us live, you can catch a repeat on Saturdays at 4:15 p.m. So the video we just watched is talking about the sex organ of the male and a female, and we saw how the people were struggling. They weren't able to identify it. Yes, so irrespective of you being a male or a female, you have to know the sex organ, the parts, and its functioning. Yes, I think it's really important.
That's why we are here to educate you on all that, so that we don't find ourselves wanted in these kind of embarrassing situations.
So and we will just move on to gender and identity.
Okay, so when we talk of gender, gender is the characteristics of a woman or a girl, a male or a boy that are socially constructed. And also, gender includes the norms, behaviors, the roles that are associated with you being either a male or a female. And when we take a look of women or girls, they are supposed to dress typically in a feminine way, and also girls or women are supposed to be polite, accommodating, and nurturing. And when we take boys are supposed to be strong, bold, and aggressive. Yeah.
You know, sometimes people tend to conflict gender with sex. When we talk about gender, people normally think it's sex, but there's a difference, although they are used interchangeably. So sex is basically a biological status that is given to someone at birth, whether male or female, as my co-host said earlier on. And then gender is basically how you express yourself. But then what people normally have a problem is the expression.
Okay, so that is to say
how you express
that is
yourself.
to say a person's gender identity doesn't determine who or he wants or she wants to be addressed.
Yeah.
Someone can be or girly or boily, but yes, but you can't address him or her, the male or female. It goes beyond that.
Okay, so now this brings to the types of gender. So let's take a look at this video.
Here are some handy terms. Transgendered or trans is someone whose biology or anatomy does not match their gender identity. They maybe are transitioning to a new gender. They might use pronouns like he or she, but they aren't the pronouns of the sex they were given at birth. Non-binary or genderqueer is someone who may not be trans, but does not necessarily fit with one particular gender. Sometimes non-binary folks use pronouns like ze or they. LGBTQ2I, lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, queer, two-spirited, or intersex. These aren't officially tied to gender, but show the spectrum of sexualities and how it's wide. Some people who are not trans or non-binary are queer, and some are not. Our heterosexist world impacts people from all of these identities and communities. Cisgendered is a term for someone whose biology or anatomy does match their gender identity. all of us have a sexual and gender identity. People who are trans and non-binary, as well as people who don't conform to some norms of gender, for example, boys who are sensitive or girls who are sporty, sometimes experience harassment and bullying. Notice how deeply uncomfortable it makes some people when they see someone who's messing around with gender roles or norms.
Okay, so this video, we've seen the definitions for the types of genders.
Yes.
Okay, so this leads us to LGBTQ.
Yeah, that's a trending topic actually. There's no way we can talk about gender and not talk about LGBTQ plus because we are here to talk about the daily happenings, the daily trends. We talk about the daily happenings. So LGBTQ plus, well, I would rather want to state my stance.
Okay.
So on LGBTQ plus, it's a no from me because I believe that from creation, there were two people created, man and woman. That's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Okay. So people having other perceptions, and it is from the beginning of creation.
Yeah, I second to what you are saying, yes. Because I'm also saying no. Yes, no. Because African society frowns on that, and it's morally wrong. And there are countries, Ghana, they've proposed a law which will be against LGBTQI. So I'm in support of it. The law should be passed so that it will be made illegal.
Oh, that is quite sad. The fact that the society frowns about it doesn't mean people should adjust, shouldn't stay in the society freely or happily. If you are a lady and you're attracted to a man, fair enough. I think if someone have different ideas about this whole thing, they should be listened to. They shouldn't stay in the society with fear. Some people go to the extent of even attacking these people. I think they also have the right to live. But they have the right to live. So they should be allowed.
Yeah, in support of it. I just say we all have rights. And
they should be allowed to live in the society peacefully without fear or any panic.
Okay.
That's what I also.
No, why no? You see, this particular LGBTQ plus, people can have debate about this from different angles.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's actually talking from the rights.
Yes.
Okay. But let's face the reality. There were two people created.
Yes. Beginning creation.
Okay. And the reality is the creation story or the Bible story. The reality is go to the streets out there and see how children are left unattended to. Is this gay society or these people who can't make children their own way? Those people are contributing to the benefits of these children who do not have parents.
But not all of them do that.
Then again, we have people or married couples who've been married for a while, 5, 6, 7 years, and they haven't, given birth yet. So they're saying that they are the ones actually taking care of them. And even that's why we are doing sex education.
Yes.
Because people who know their sexual, health would want people have the limited, children that they want. So it's not basically because man and woman automatically we should feel the earth. But we are just
doing sex education. But what about the wrong which has always been made? The wrong who are taking care of these children? These children are taken care of by the people, we attack. It's sad. We treat them like they are not humans. They have the right to live.
Yes, but here is the case where a boy was raised up by two fathers, and he acts feminine, and he's always judged. When he gets a girlfriend, the girlfriend always thinks he's gay because of the way he acts, and his relationship always fall apart.
Okay,
yes.
that's my lead. That's some of the factors that influence or that bring about this transgender and the other stuff, because we have social factors and we have biological factors
as well.
So biological factors, we can really talk about chromosomal disorders. We can talk about Klinefelter syndrome. That is when the man has more eggs in his chromosomes.
Okay, so now we can talk of identity. So identity is the distinguishing character of a personality of an individual that is being assigned to the same thing described or asserted. And also gender is also a set of characteristics, that is you being a male or a female. Identity, you being able to identify, that is you being uniquely identified as being a male or a female otherwise. Yes.
Okay, so that brings us to the types of identity. Since we are talking about sex education and this whole LGBTQ plus, then I don't want to finish. I will quickly talk about the sex orientation identity. Here is how someone expresses or someone is attracted to the opposite sex or attracted to his or her same sex. Here we have no restriction. If I'm attracted to a lady, I'm a lady and I'm attracted to a lady. It's where I got my whole education or orientation from. So that's
Okay, so an identity always also plays an important role in the empowerment of individuals by exercising their rights and responsibilities in a modern society. And with the types, you can also talk of racial identity. That is, race identifies a group of people that are defined but on the basis of physical criteria, that is your skin color, you being a white or a black, and also your facial features.
I think we can also talk about the socio-economic. That one deals with money. So some people are identified with money. There are some people, when they go somewhere, they don't need their names to be mentioned. They are already known. So you can identify them by their wealth. Some are identified by their wealth and
yes, we also have the national identity where someone comes from by country. So when we are saying Africans only want to accept male, female because we are from a certain that we don't want to accept this gay lesbianism kind of thing.
And also we can talk of gender identity as well. That one is you being identify yourself as a male or a female or a transgender or those who are like other stuff too. Like you being able to identify yourself as a male or a female or a transgender too. That is gender identity.
So it's very important for us to know our health, our sexual lifestyle. It's good to be educated on sex education. Be who you are. Express yourself. Don't be intimidated by anyone out there. Be yourself.
Okay, so I encourage sex education should be taught in homes, churches, hospitals, everywhere, so that teenagers can be able to know how to carry themselves, know the parts of their sex organs, be really educated. And if you are educated on sex education, I think you should also educate your family as well. And I encourage parents to teach their children the right way. They shouldn't lie to them about you getting pregnant if a boy just touches you. They should just tell you the truth, like the truth behind it.
Okay, so this is the plea I want to send out there to the society. Time has evolved and the society also has changed. So if someone is bold enough to say, this is what I want, I think the society should be accommodative enough to accept their views for them to live without fear or panic.
It's so sad we've come to the end of today's episode. Remember, the Daily Trend, we are here to entertain, to education. Be yourself, express yourself, be who you are, and the nation will see you as one. See you next time.